I bet you didn't know how vulnerable your data really is. Today we're diving into the rise of cybercrime and the heroes fighting against it. Over the past decade we've seen a significant increase in cyber attacks, largely due to a lack of knowledge about hacking and cybersecurity. Many people still believe that having a simple antivirus software is enough to keep their systems safe. However, this misconception can leave you vulnerable to sophisticated cyber threats that go beyond what traditional antivirus software can handle. Cyber threats are evolving, and so should our understanding and measures to combat them. Enter ethical hackers, the unsung heroes of the digital world. These cybersecurity experts use their skills to identify and fix vulnerabilities before malicious hackers can exploit them. Let's dive in.
Alright, let's kick things off with a story that shook the WordPress community. Imagine running a popular website and suddenly finding out that your users' personal information is at risk. That's exactly what happened when a vulnerability was discovered in the Social Network Tabs plugin for WordPress. This plugin, used by thousands of websites to integrate social media features, had a critical flaw that could have exposed user data to malicious hackers. Enter Baptiste Robert, an ethical hacker with a knack for finding security flaws. Baptiste, also known as Elliot Alderson on Twitter, discovered this vulnerability and immediately reported it to the plugin developers. His quick actions allowed the developers to patch the flaw before it could be exploited by malicious actors. Without Baptiste's intervention, countless users could have suffered data breaches, leading to potential identity theft and other cybercrimes. The timely patch not only safeguarded user information, but also highlighted the need for website owners to stay vigilant and proactive about cybersecurity. Let's give a shout out to Baptiste Robert and all the ethical hackers out there making the internet a safer place for everyone.
Next up, we have a case involving Oracle's WebLogic servers, a crucial component used by many enterprises to build and deploy applications. In early 2019, a critical vulnerability was discovered in these servers that could have allowed malicious hackers to take control of affected systems. The ethical hackers at known Sec 404 uncovered this vulnerability. They reported it to Oracle, who released a patch. This swift action prevented a massive cyber disaster.
Let's talk about a vulnerability that could hit us right in our wallets. Imagine bypassing payment limits on a Visa contactless card. Sounds like a heist movie, right? This was a real weakness discovered by Positive Technologies. They found it was possible to trick the system into bypassing the limit without a PIN. This could allow high-value purchases without authorization. Positive Technologies reported it to Visa, who addressed the issue. Without their intervention, many could have fallen victim to fraud. Remember to stay vigilant and monitor your transactions. Shout out to Positive Technologies and ethical hackers protecting our financial systems.
Moving on, let's delve into a case that hits close to home for photography enthusiasts. Imagine your beloved Canon DSLR being hijacked by ransomware, a nightmare for any photographer. This scenario became a reality when Eyal Itkin, a security researcher at Checkpoint Software Technologies, discovered vulnerabilities in the Canon EOS 80D DSLR. Eyal found that these vulnerabilities could be exploited by hackers to install ransomware on the camera, effectively locking users out of their photos and demanding a ransom for their release. Upon discovering the vulnerabilities, Eyal reported them to Canon, who then worked on developing a firmware update to address the issues. This case highlights the growing trend of cyber threats targeting IoT, Internet of Things devices, including cameras, smart home systems, and more. As our world becomes increasingly connected, the need for robust cybersecurity measures for these devices becomes more critical than ever. So, the next time you snap a photo with your DSLR, remember the ethical hackers who are working behind the scenes to keep your memories safe. Let's give a big round of applause to Eyal Itkin and all the ethical hackers out there making the digital world a safer place.
Let's shift our focus to a vulnerability that sent shockwaves through the remote work and video conferencing community. In mid-2019, Jonathan Leitschuh, a security researcher, discovered a critical flaw in the Zoom video conferencing app for Mac. This vulnerability allowed hackers to hijack the user's webcam without their knowledge, raising serious privacy concerns. Jonathan found that the flaw was related to Zoom's local web server, which was installed on Macs to facilitate quick joining of meetings. However, this web server could be exploited by malicious actors to activate the user's webcam without their consent. Given the widespread use of Zoom, especially during the pandemic, this vulnerability had the potential to affect millions of users. Upon discovering the flaw, Jonathan reported it to Zoom, and the company quickly took action to address the issue. Apple also stepped in and released an update to remove the vulnerable web server from Macs. The Zoom vulnerability serves as a reminder for all of us to be cautious about the software we use and to stay informed about potential security risks. Let's give a shout out to Jonathan Leitschuh and all the ethical hackers out there making the digital world a safer place.
Next, we have a case that underscores the critical importance of server security. In 2019, Özkan Mustafa Akuş, an ethical hacker, discovered a severe vulnerability in WebMin, a popular web-based system configuration tool for Unix-based systems. This vulnerability could allow hackers to execute root commands on servers, effectively giving them full control over the affected systems. Özkan found that the backdoor was introduced during the build process of WebMin, potentially allowing malicious actors to exploit it and gain unauthorized access to servers. Upon discovering the backdoor, Özkan reported it to the WebMin development team, who quickly took action to remove the vulnerability and release a patched version of the tool. Regular security audits and updates are essential to protect against potential threats and ensure the integrity of our systems. So, the next time you manage your server using WebMin, remember the ethical hackers who are working behind the scenes to keep your systems secure. Let's give a big round of applause to Özkan Mustafa Akuş and all the ethical hackers out there, making the digital world a safer place.
Now let's discuss a breach that made headlines in 2017. Zomato, a popular restaurant discovery and food delivery service, experienced a data breach that exposed the personal information of over 17 million users. The breach included email addresses and hashed passwords, raising concerns about the security of user data. Interestingly, the ethical hacker responsible for discovering the breach had no malicious intent. Instead, they aimed to highlight the national cybersecurity issues and bring attention to the importance of robust security measures. The hacker contacted Zomato and provided details of the breach, allowing the company to take swift action to secure their systems and notify affected users. This case underscores the vital role ethical hackers play in identifying and addressing security vulnerabilities. By acting responsibly and reporting the breach, the hacker helped Zomato mitigate the potential damage and improve their security posture. Using strong, unique passwords and enabling two-factor authentication can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access to your accounts. Let's give a shout out to the ethical hacker who discovered the Zomato breach and all the ethical hackers out there making the digital world a safer place.
Finally, let's talk about one of the most effective ways companies can protect their systems, the bug bounty program. Major tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Facebook have implemented bug bounty programs to incentivize ethical hackers to find and report security vulnerabilities. These programs offer financial rewards to hackers who discover and responsibly disclose bugs, helping companies fix issues before they can be exploited. By leveraging the skills and expertise of the global hacker community, companies can stay ahead of potential threats and ensure the security of their systems. Ethical hackers participating in these programs have uncovered countless vulnerabilities, ranging from minor bugs to critical flaws that could have severe consequences. These programs not only improve security, but also provide ethical hackers with the recognition and rewards they deserve for their valuable contributions. So, the next time you hear about a bug bounty program, remember the ethical hackers who are working tirelessly to keep our digital world secure. Let's give a big round of applause to all the companies that have implemented bug bounty programs and the ethical hackers who participate in them.
As we've seen throughout this video, ethical hackers play a crucial role in protecting our digital world. Their skills and dedication help identify and fix vulnerabilities before they can be exploited by malicious actors. In today's interconnected world, the importance of ethical hacking cannot be overstated. These cybersecurity heroes are on the front lines, ensuring the safety and security of our digital lives. By understanding the potential threats and taking proactive measures to protect our systems, we can contribute to a safer digital environment. For those interested in learning more about ethical hacking and cybersecurity, there are plenty of resources and case studies available online. So, let's give a big thank you to all the ethical hackers out there and continue to support their efforts in making the digital world a safer place.